friends, welcome to Anna's Violets. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel, or if you're for the first time on my channel, please subscribe and click on the bell button to be notified of all the videos that I post about plants and gardening every week. And today we're here with a very unique plant, black succulent, which is actually Sinocrassula Yunnanensis or Chinese Jade plant. So you can see that this plant is actually growing in just 2 centimeters deep plate, I would say. Yeah, and I've just planted this I've grown this plant just from the leaves because, you know, you just touch the plant and the leaves fall off. And of course you can propagate this kind of succulents just from the leaves. You don't need to really plant them, but you just throw them on the surface, keep it a little bit moist, and they grow. This is how I have grown this wonderful plant. You can see that it has even aerial roots here, which is very unique. It's just searching for a soil to grow deep into the soil. So let's give a new home to this wonderful plant. As you can see here, I have this separate one growing in a pot. And what I thought, so I want to, as this is also like a ground covering succulent, I'm going to plant this everything into this pot, which doesn't have a hole actually. So this means again, so I will need to be really careful with watering. If you have seen my previous video, I had a succulent arrangement here for 9 months. They were growing just perfect. And I have here this this pot for succulents. It's actually like a cactus, and I really like it because I'm also so proud of myself that just being inspired, like watching some videos on YouTube, I learned how to make a hole in a ceramic pot without any drill at home in 2 minutes. So if you would like to see the video how I did it, it's very short, so the link will be in the description and also here. But okay, so I plan to put this plant, this pot, like here, and this will be like growing again like this, like as if cascading, because as you can see it's like falling, hanging, and it's so beautiful. And you can see this wonderful plant is almost black. It's just actually dark gray, dark green, almost black depending on the light, how it falls. And also, I would say it has some, under the sun, you can even see some purple color in it. It has all these aerial roots here, and you can see that here the stem goes a little bit wider. So if you just search on Google, you will see that this plant is actually growing in so many different shapes and varieties. You never know how it will grow. But the only bad thing about this plant, and I'm actually very sad when we have many succulents that are actually monocarpic, which means that this plant actually, so one rosette of the plant, like this one, will bloom just once in its lifetime. And after that, the mother rosette, so to say, this one will die, but it will give lots of babies. And that's how this plant spreads and grows. So of course it will be now challenging to repot this because I have no idea how to touch the plant so that it doesn't throw away its leaves. So if you know how to do it, so if you know how to touch this plant, how to repot it so that it doesn't throw away all its leaves, please let me know and share your experience with me, because, well, of course it's not bad because then still I can propagate the leaves and I can have even more of this plant, but I would like to keep just this very beautiful shape. So let's get started. A little bit about the soil mixture. So here I have cactus soil, actually for cactuses and also bonsais. This will be very suitable, but also I want to mix with this a little bit of perlite and also lechuza. So I think this will really improve the quality of the soil, but if you don't have like perlite or lechuza, you can also just use the cactus soil. I think that will be perfect. So let's quickly prepare the mixture, and then we go directly to repotting. And of course for succulents, we need very sandy soil and with a good drainage. So I'm just going to add a little bit of lechuza as well. Looks like this. So let's start. I'm really excited because I don't want to break the plant and I don't want like tons of leaves everywhere, but I want just to keep it just like this. One more thing that I wanted to say, as you see, that this plant is actually forming really dense clumps. If you are growing this kind of plant, just try to make sure that you have a wider space, a wider pot for them. Maybe not very deep, but still you need to provide more space than this, of course. This is just awful, but this was just for leaves, and now it has grown into this wonderful clumps, I would say. So yeah, and the watering is really very important because you need to thoroughly water it and then let the soil get dry until the next watering. So the watering should not be for succulents like a little bit every day, but just thoroughly, and then the next time will be just after a week, maybe after even 2 weeks. By the way, I have a watering test about succulents. If you haven't seen that, I can also link it here. So nothing will happen to your succulents if you don't water them for like 10 days. It will be absolutely fine. And actually that helps the roots grow really strong, because then they will grow to the depth just to find the moisture. And if they have the moisture always on the surface, then for the roots there's no reason to grow deep. That's how it works. That's why for succulents you really need to have these intervals between the watering. And as for the flowering, well, it will have like close to autumn, winter even, it will have like small white flowers, but I don't really want my plant to flower because I don't want this, rosettes to die, even though that is the natural life cycle, but still, I would prefer it just grow like this. Okay, so we have prepared the pot and the soil, and now I am planning to put this pot here, just like this. And then this will go into this pot. So maybe first of all, we could remove this plant from this pot. No idea how to do it, but let's just squeeze the pot. It's growing only in lechuza now. And we carefully try to take the plant out of this pot. All right, wow. Okay, we're adding a little bit of soil here. And I'm going to just put it inside this pot. Well, I see already the leaves, but that's fine. Just like this, and I will just add a little bit of soil here. I think that's really good. Very carefully, not to damage the leaves. I think that's really fine now, because as you have seen, this part, they have even these aerial roots. And now these roots will have the opportunity to actually root into the soil. Alright, now the hardest part, which is actually to take these plants out of this plate and plant them around this wonderful pot. This wonderful plant, not pot. So my idea was to use a spoon. Yeah, they go out easily because I don't want to touch them. If I touch them, as I said, the leaves will fall off. But now it will be easy for me, actually. Yeah, perfect. Okay, this is now easier than I thought. Yeah, the spoon was a very good idea. Wonderful. I like it. And the last one. Oh, look how beautiful it is and how tiny. Cool. All right, and this one is going here. So now this pot has a hole, and when I will be watering this plant, the water will still go into this deeper pot, which is wonderful. Oh my god, this looks so beautiful. I love it. So we have just a couple of leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 10. And this, as I said, you don't really need to plant them. You just throw them on the soil, just like this. Oh, it's so beautiful. This looks like a small, I don't know, forest for me, or actually this plant looks like a hedgehog. So this is it actually. Now I will water it and put it in a very bright place. You can try a little bit, maybe semi-shade or just a little bit of sun, but really bright place. Maybe even under direct sun. That's not a problem. It's a succulent, but it also depends on your climate. So just don't burn your plant. Maybe you can train, you can bring it closer to the sun, or just, you know, step by step. Well, for me, they were growing on the windowsill, and now I can actually bring them even to the balcony. I think there they will grow even better. That's it, my friends. If you like it, click on the like button and don't forget to subscribe, because I'm going to post every week new videos about plants and gardening. I hope this was useful for you. Stay passionate about plants. See you next time.